Hello and welcome into Lemonade League Baseball. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Adam Jaxa. Time for Game 4, Lugnuts and Locos, Adam.
Well, it's been a ton of fun, Jesse. This league has been exciting, and we've had some excellent finishes the last two nights, so why not do it for a third straight night and see what Friday has in store, the last night of July.
We are anticipating a ceremonial first lemon toss at any moment now down on the field. We have seen some wild action in recent days, but I don't think we're ready for those highlights as of yet. So as we look forward to this game, the question is, will the Locos have another comeback within them? Or will the Lugnuts step up, and will this be a game where the Lugnuts square the series 2-2? Lugnuts did win the very first one, but Adam, the last two, it has been all about the Locos late.
If you're the Lugnuts right now, I think you just are dying to play and get back out there, just knowing how the last two nights have gone. You give up 4 runs in the 7th the last couple of games and unable to win both of those. So they're definitely going to be eager to get back out and battle tonight.
Let's go down to the field now, where our very first Lemonade League ceremonial first pitch is about to take place. Reagan is holding her graduation party here at Cooley Law School Stadium. The capacity crowd's limited to 100. They're partying out in good hops out beyond the left field wall. Zaid Walker, the frame at home plate. There was our first ceremonial pitch, first lemon, you could say, as you see the yellow baseball in her hands.
I appreciated that she made sure Zaid came forward because she wasn't confident it was going to go behind the plate, but she got it to the plate, so well done.
She got it there, and looking out all the way to the left field wall, that's where the folks here at Cooley Law School Stadium are gathered and distanced and eating and enjoying themselves on another gorgeous day for baseball.
We have just shot 10 for 10. All 4 game days so far have been fabulous with sun and with warm weather, just perfect for baseball as we close out the month of July.
Let's go back into yesterday's game. Adam, it was another wild one all the way to the end, but let's go back and how it started.
Absolutely. Defensively, in that first inning, this was Zach Hickey. Thought he had a base hit. Jesse, how about Mark Conley right now? Look at that play.
In his very first Lemonade League start.
Absolutely. So 0-0. Finally, we go to the bottom of the second, and the Lugnuts get on the board after a base hit and 2 swipes by Walker. He comes home on the wild pitch. Then it was the Dustin Renfro show, Jesse.
Yeah, Dustin Renfro, the right-hander, making it count. Only allowed 1 hit, 1 run, and you're seeing all 3 of his strikeouts right now. Garrett Lanker couldn't do anything, and neither could Alex McCormack.
He gave the Lugnuts a great opportunity to win this game, and then came Owen Ruddock coming through with the RBI single. This was part of a 2-run half inning that put the Locos up 3-1.
Funny thing was, Owen didn't think it was going to drop in, but it did dunk down right into the Bermuda Triangle.
And give credit to the Lugnuts, after trailing 3-1 and then 4-1, they came back with a big 4-run half inning in the 6th, and it started with Andrew Morrow, an RBI double to cut the lead in half.
Morrow, the Michigan State Spartan's been so good, stole 2 more bases yesterday, 2 more base hits yesterday for Morrow as well. There's a second double.
Rydquist gave the Lugnuts the lead on this wild pitch. It was 5-4 after 6. So then we go to the 7th. The Locos tie the game, and then this one broke it open. A 3-run double. Clear the bases for Brock Henley out of the 9th spot, and the Locos get the W, Jesse.
Brock Henley gets rewarded, as you'll see in the starting lineups coming up soon. But he did clear them all. 3 coming in on that double. That broke the 5-5 tie, and the The Locos went on to win the game 8-5. Coming up next, your starting lineups. This is Lemonade League action Game 4. Time now to go through your starting lineups as we are awaiting the first pitch of Game 4, Lemonade League action. Jesse Goldberg-Strassler here with you alongside Adam Jacksa. Let's begin with the visitors for this game. That would be the Lugnuts, and there's your starting lineup. Darren Davis has been the igniter at the very top. His 5 hits are tied for the most in the Lemonade League with Adam Purdy. And from there, Mark Connolly getting his second start. Andrew Morrow, Zaid Walker, so good yesterday. Adam Jacksa, who's a player that you want to spotlight out of that Lugnuts offense?
Got to go with Zaid Walker, Jesse. He stole 4 bags yesterday, had 2 base hits, scored 2 runs, and drove in a run. So he was producing. One of the 2 Spartans you talked about, Morrow, those guys are key in this Lugnuts lineup if they're going to bounce back and win today.
We're not just talking Spartans, we're talking Cardinals. First, Saginaw Valley State's Derek Slocum, the right-hander, getting the start for the Lugnuts.
Yeah, Slocum an opportunity to get some innings pitched here. He only has pitched 1 inning and he gave up a couple of hits, has not given up a run, but he's newer to the Lemonade League in terms of innings pitched. He'll get an opportunity to showcase his skills today.
And now here's the starting lineup for the Locos, the lineup that Slocum will be taking on. And one of the immediate things that you'll notice about this lineup is the reward granted to Brock Henley. Yesterday's star jumps up at him from number 9 to number 2.
And with good reason. He had 2 doubles in that 9 spot, also drew a walk. He reached base all 3 times. And of course, we saw it in the highlights from yesterday's game. That bases clearing double, that was the deciding factor in the Locos winning that game.
So Henley out of Davenport. Brendan Shire batting 5th in the order. He's been effective in the games that we've seen him, but it all really does begin with Adam Purdy at the top.
Purdy has been the tone setter, just like Davis has been the tone setter for the Lugnuts excellent production from the leadoff hitters in this league through the first 3 games.
And how about the starting pitcher? The very first time that we are seeing Christopher Schmies.
Yeah, it's Saginaw Valley State against Saginaw Valley State. Tip of the cap to Steve Jackson, former pitcher and now the head coach at Saginaw Valley State. He's going to be excited to watch these two compete. And a team that went to the championship game last year. And, of course, championship game of the GLIAC was supposed to be here. Instead, we've got the Lemonade League. So I'm really excited to see two teammates compete against each other today, Jesse.
We've got the national anthem coming up. And then the call of the game, the first pitch, and a lot more Lemonade League action from Cooley Law School Stadium. So glad that you are with us. Play ball from Michigan State Capitol. The Locos in the field. The Lugnuts about to come up. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Adam Jacksa. Daniel Higgins producing, back at the board in the control room. Shout-outs to everybody in the control room, and big thanks to you for tuning in and keeping us company as well. You can let us know any shout-outs that you would like to pass along, whether it's on Facebook chat, YouTube, Twitch, Vimeo, however you are watching this game. We thank you very much. Well, the Lugnuts were bringing up Darren Davis, Mark Connolly, and Andrew Morrow. They'll be taking on a Locos defense that feels a little bit like this. Craig Paladar is the catcher. Kate Preston at first, Brock Henley's at second. Brennan Shires at shortstop, and Zach Hickey's at third. In the outfield, the left fielders Matthew Williams, Adam Purdy's in center, and in right at Sean Haddelsey. There you see the catcher Paladar receiving the tosses from the right-hander Christopher Schmeefs, who is about to be making his Lemonade League debut. What we have seen from these Lemonade League games recently, Adam, is that they've been pitching dominated early. And then by the end, by about the 6th inning, the 7th inning, everything breaks loose, and everyone's just trying to find any kind of reliever who will throw strikes and lock things down, because that's when the offenses have gotten things going.
Yeah, that's been the trend the last couple of nights. Really clean baseball, low scoring, good pitching until we get to those 6th, 7th innings, and then we're getting all the drama, which we're not complaining about. It's been fun to watch, and it's been the Locos that have come out on top in both of those games.
It is the top of the hour. 7 o'clock p.m. in the Eastern time zone, and Darren Davis steps in. The pitch to the Toledo Rocket. Whacks the first offering foul off the screen right next to that third base side Locos dugout. And 0-1 now from Schmees. Up and in and right over his head and all the way to the backstop. Darren Davis has had 12 prior plate appearances in this Lemonade League. Adam, he's reached base in 9 of them.
He's been fantastic. Again, at the top of the order, he's set the pace for the order, and then he's done it defensively as well. But you got to watch out when he's in the box.
And the 1-1 stays high. Has himself a nice count here.
Schmees, you're looking at 3 pitches, fastball, change, and breaking ball. And his fastball's got pretty good movement on it, so he likes to utilize that, play off with the other pitches.
That hits the outside corner. Our home plate umpire is Thomas Burrell, and the bases umpire is Mitch Tresiak. All right, 2-2 for Davis. Hits him. Darren Davis heads down to first base. It's Smarts. But Darren Davis reaches base for a 10th time out of 13 plate appearances in the Lemonade League.
Well, we saw very erratic stuff from him in that first at-bat with Schmees. He was locating on a couple of pitches, but then there were 2 pitches that just completely missed, and that one happened to get Davis. And he's going to take some time to just try and walk that one off, still feeling the effects of that fastball that came in on him.
Oh, you're right. That's down that first base side. And they're giving him all the time that he needs until he's ready to continue. That's one of those where you check in with Darren tomorrow and you see how that bruise is. Batter number 2 in the Lugnuts order is Mark Connolly, their starting shortstop. Outside and ball 1. By the way, Davis, that runner at first base, 2 for 3 and trying to steal bases in the Lemonade League. All the while, Connolly takes the ball. That's not handled cleanly by Paladar, and so Davis can scoot easily into second. And that's a passed ball.
No question about it. Paladar had it in his glove, just had to reach out left and didn't hold on to it. And you give a guy with speed already a free pass. It's a great start for the Lugnuts.
Davis in scoring position. And nobody out. 2-0. Missed again outside.
So far, just mistakes from the Locos, Jesse. You got the hit batter, the dropped ball right there, and now a 3-0 count as well.
Schmies steps off that rubber to give Davis a second look. Sun shining down upon this field. The shadows are lengthening. A 3-0. Connolly taking all the way, and that's high. A hit batter, a passed ball, and a walk to open up this one. Andrew Morrow is coming up with 2 lug nuts on and nobody out.
Well, knowing the bad taste that the Lugnuts have in their mouth after the last couple of games, giving up 4 runs in the 7th each night and falling each night, they would love nothing better than to get some runs and build a lead in this first inning.
The first pitch. Morrow gets under it to right field. Sean Hattlesey tracking it in. Out number 1. Morrow reading first pitch fastball. Just could not square it up from Schmies.
And that's a big out for Schmies because Morrow has really come on lately. 4 hits, 3 driven in. He's got 2 guys on base, and when he gets on base, he's stolen 5 bags. So that's a big out right there for Schmies.
Here's Zaid Walker now. Batting 4th in the Lugnuts order. 2 on, 1 out, and no score. Too tall, both runners take off, and the throw down to third base not in time. Double steal pulled off by the Lugnuts. A throw over to Schmies was mishandled. He's looking right into the sun, but Davis stays at third base and Connolly stays at second.
Good pitch to run on. Schmies went with that breaking ball, missed up Jesse, and a double steal. One of them's going to be safe, and with the speed of the guy at second, which is Davis, you like your chances. I like that call from the Lugnuts, being aggressive in this first inning.
And no base hits allowed yet by Schmies, but he's in a lot of trouble. The 1-0 to Walker. Broken bat line drive foul into the screen above the first base side Lugnuts dugout. Just left with that shard in his hand.
We haven't really talked about that much, Jesse. The fact that these guys are, they're playing in the wooden collegiate leagues typically after their seasons, but for the most part, these guys playing with aluminum bats, so an opportunity to play with those wood bats and get the feeling of what it's like to break one in on your hands and kind of rattle that off your hands as you're gripping it.
Well, that is the thing about the summer wood bat leagues. Get any players who are looking forward to playing professional baseball. In the minors all the way up toward the majors. No more aluminum. But that said, if you don't hit it quite right, real easy to have that bat splinter on you. And that hurts. Ball and a strike on Zaid Walker. Teammates at second and third, 1 out. Fastball right by him.
I've always wondered why that is, that at the college level they just don't make the change to go wood, as most of those players have aspirations of playing professionally where you use wood bats. When would be the right direction to make that switch in the bats?
Walker fouls this one back. Adam, I think it's all about budgeting. How many bats does a team go through? I think that's the big worry. Bats are what, $60, $70? Zaid Walker had such a big game yesterday. Had a couple of hits, and once he reached singles each time. Twice he stole second and stole third. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball stayed up and in.
You can hear that wind. It is blowing heavily today. Sun is out again, though. Another picture-perfect day in downtown Lansing for these two teams.
Davis at third, Connolly at second. Walker stays alive. Zaid Walker, the Michigan State Spartan. Chance to give the Lugnuts the quick lead in this one. Here it comes. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 gone on the first, and the first strikeout for Schmies.
Well, a really good pitch from Schmies, and again, arguably getting the two toughest guys in the lineup in Morrow and Walker that have done a lot of damage, and he's able to get them back to back and now have an opportunity to get out with no runs given up.
It's Colin Cornwell standing in his way. Just inside. So this is Saginaw Valley State against Saginaw Valley State. Colin did not play yesterday. Davis at third, Connolly at second. 1-0. A little flare shot back of third, but it falls foul. All the while, Zach Hickey was giving chase. Ball and a strike on Cornwell. There's that breaking ball that struck out Zaid Walker with the horizontal movement.
You can tell Walker, little extra look there at home plate. Thought it may have been a touch outside.
Home plate umpire Thomas Burrell said no. That hits Cornwell, and the bases are loaded with lug nuts.
No love for your teammate right there. That was a ringing ball that came in on him.
So Christopher Schmies hits Darren Davis, walks Mark Connolly. Gets Morrow on the flyout, strikes out Walker looking, but now he drills Cornwell.
Certainly living on the edge, isn't he, in this first inning?
Yes, he is. And here's Hunter Lay. That nearly strikes Lay. Has to bend down. And Adam, he has to get that bat out of the way, too. That bat over his shoulder. The baseball nearly struck it. Hunter Lay, LCC. Starting catcher, batting sixth for the Lugnuts. Fastball called the strike in the outside corner.
Hunter Lay certainly in the running for best hair in the Lemonade League.
You appreciate a good flow.
That's right. Would love to see what that all looks like once you take the batting helmet off.
The 1-1, up and in. There was a player for the Bowling Green Hot Rod some years ago in the Tampa Bay system named Josh Saleh. Josh Saleh, every time he stepped into the batter's box for every new plate appearance, he would always step in with a bare head. And then right before the pitcher was going to throw, he put the batting helmet on. 2-1. Fastball blazed by him.
Is that a psych out move, or what was he trying to accomplish with that?
He didn't have flow either.
Just his rhythm, what he liked to do.
He held the helmet in his left hand. He'd stare out to the mound, the helmet clutched in his hand, and then he'd dip the head and put the helmet on.
Showing off to the fans, let them see the bald head.
That's exactly right.
He wasn't hiding it.
Davis, Connolly, and Cornwell filling those bags, and 2 men out, top of the first. Can Schmies get out of it? He fires. Breaking ball up and in. And he has pushed this thing to its limit. Those runners will be off and moving. Payoff. Just inside, all the while the Locos thought that they had him. But Schmies walks Lay and a run forced in. Darren Davis comes across on the bases loaded walk to Lay. 1-0 Lugnuts.
Well, just living on the edge. And Schmies has thrown 26 pitches, 15 have been out of the zone. So right now the command isn't quite what he wants it to be, and that's why you see Cam View, the pitching coach for the Locos, out there just trying to settle him down. Again, this is a big spot right now early on in the game. Even though he hasn't quite hit the zone with the consistency that he wants, still got an opportunity to get out of this with only 1 run given up.
Adam, this is what we have seen by and large from each pitcher in his first outing in the Lemonade League. That very first one, that's where we've seen the erraticness. That's where we've seen the command issues.
Yeah, almost have to kind of get yourself accustomed to the league first and kind of shake out the soreness or the offness from waiting to play.
Figure out that yellow baseball. Van Acker takes a strike on the outside corner. Well, this is interesting here. Van Acker was a terrific hitter for Concordia before the college baseball season was shut down. He was hitting .358. He has not hit so far in the Lemonade League. Strike 2 called. Here's Acker batting 7th in the order. He is 0 for 6 with a walk and 3 strikeouts so far. You see behind the back of Schmies, Hunter Lay is at first, Cornwell at second, Connolly at third. That's just outside. Adam, I believe that this is going to be pitch number 30.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is on 1-2. Just could not get on top of that breaking ball. Logan Welch is on deck for the Lugnuts. For Christopher Schmies, he has walked 2, he has hit 2. He has struck out 1, looking for his second strikeout. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Van Acker. And again, because it's 3-2, 2 outs. Lay from first, Cornwell from second, and Connolly from third, moving on first move. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 2 for Christopher Schmies, and that strends the bases loaded. All of those pitches, and he faces 7 batters, but he only allows 1 run. Lugnuts 1, Locos coming up in the Lemonade League.
Oh, sorry.
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 Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or. Well, at least your beer's Canadian. That's Lake Law.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
It was a struggle of a first inning for Christopher Schmies, but in the end, the Lugnuts right-hander, or I should say the Locos right-hander, went out there and he allowed only 1 run. He stranded the bases loaded, striking out Van Acker. And as we go to the bottom of the first inning, the Lugnuts are out there. The right-hander, Derek Slocum, is about to take on Adam Purdy, Brock Henley, and then Zach Hickey. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler alongside Adam Jackson. Glad to have you along with us and watching this live video stream. The mustachioed Adam, Derek Slocum, freshman from SVSU.
Yeah, Mr. Slocum taking on his teammate, Mr. Schmies. Cardinal against Cardinal, and you'll get the same thing with him. Really good fastball, and playing off that with his breaking ball. He had surgery in the offseason, and coming back looking to have a big year before, obviously, the season got canceled because of the pandemic. So an opportunity to showcase his new improved arm here in the Lemonade League, Jesse.
And taking on Adam Purdy to get things going. Mentioned how good Darren Davis has been for the Lugnuts. That's how good Purdy's been for the Locos. Strike 1 on the first pitch, foul. All right, so Darren Davis has reached base 10 out of 13 times. Scored a run on the top of the first inning, the only run so far. So now he has scored 6 runs.
That's all right, huh?
Let me correct that just for a second. All the while, Adam Purdy takes the ball down and away. Purdy has reached base 9 times in 13 plate appearances. Now with Davis, I beg your pardon, Darren Davis has only scored 2 runs. Isn't that remarkable with all those times on base? There's ball 2 bouncing down and away. All the while, Adam Purdy, with all of his times on base, has only scored 3 runs. These guys, Adam, they're getting on. They just need more out of their teammates.
Yeah, well, and I think we saw a capsule of that in the top of the first inning. The bases were loaded, opportunities aplenty for the Lugnuts. They didn't collect any hits and only mustered 1 run.
That's a slow roller up the first base line and a tough play for Slocum. But he just does get him at first base. 1 down.
I'm not sure how he snuck that through there. Impressive, because it kind of was a snatch and grab by Morrow with Purdy running right at him, but kind of a little fling there from Slocum, and Morrow somehow grabbed it, got the out.
Here's the replay. Purdy with all that speed running out of the left-hand batter's box.
Now watch where he catches this ball. Look at that.
Andrew Morrow taking it right out of the path of the onrushing Purdy. Here's Brock Henley stepping in, ball 1 to him. Next pitch to the Davenport Collegian. Down low at 2 balls and no strikes. So is the more impressive play on that ground out by Purdy by Slocum the pitcher, or is by the first baseman Morrow?
I'm going to go with Morrow. Now, I was impressed by Slocum because he's on the run and kind of just has to fling it. He can't get everything behind it, but Morrow has to concentrate with the guy running at him, the ball in the path, and still made the catch.
Up and in. 3 balls and no strikes to Henley. Batting second and playing second base for the Locos. Down 1-0 in the home first.
Let me one-up you on what was the best out of that. Our production crew's shot. Great replay by our crew out there.
Taking on 3-0. Up and in. And a 1-out walk for the Locos. Third walk drawn by Brock Henley. Bring up Zach Hickey now. Jersey about, 2/5 unbuttoned for the starting pitcher Slocum as he lets this one fly. And the fastball is high.
Yeah, it almost looks like the jersey's a little big on him because it's hanging down.
Derek Slocum, 6 feet tall, 175 pounds. This is up and away. His command has deserted him. As a matter of fact, he threw strike 1 to Adam Purdy. Now he got the Purdy ground out, but besides the ground out and strike 1, none of the rest of his pitches have been in the zone.
Yeah, 7 of his last 8 have been wide or up high, down low.
And there's ball 3. Whatever it is, it's contagious. Big smile for Hickey. Zach Hickey is 2 for 10 so far in the Lemonade League, and he's drawn a couple of walks. Ball 4, and that is a second consecutive walk for the Locos.
Curious if we're going to see a visit from the staff, and yeah, there we go.
Riley McCauley.
Yeah, 8 straight balls, 4 pitch walks back to back. Pitching coach Riley McCauley going to head out there and try and settle him down. Same thing we saw in the top half of this inning with Cam View going out to try and settle down his Saginaw Valley State pitcher, Christopher Schmies.
It's Cade Preston coming up next for the Locos. Cleanup hitter with Henley at second and Hickey at first. 1 man out, bottom of the first inning, and the Locos down 1-0. Now Preston is just 1 for 9 in the Lemonade League, Adam. You know what he's done? He's drawn 3 walks.
I love the walks. Guys that can get up there and have a good eye. They don't strike out a lot. Cause problems for an opposing pitcher.
That's outside. They are not helping out Slocum. Brandon Shire is waiting on deck for the Locos. You see Cape Preston with that CMU batting helmet. There's a strike at the knees. Double play ball would get the Lugnuts out of this inning. Slocum brings it. That shot toward short. Here he goes. 6, 4, 3. Morrow got down on the bag, and the side retired. The inning over. The Locos do not score. 2 walks and a runner left. Lugnuts up 1-0 heading to the second. Well, the Lugnuts' actual 25th anniversary will have to wait until 2021. You can still purchase a piece of history. Limited quantities of the 25th anniversary bobblehead series presented by Sparrow, Physicians Health Plan, and Michigan Student Aid are available right now. The set features former Lugnuts greats Mark Pryor, Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Noah Syndergaard, Thor himself. Supplies are limited. Order yours online at LansingLugnuts.com.
When you think about it, there are lots of reasons to buy a new home. And with mortgage rates this low at LAFQ, it's all you need to make your move. Because you may not have the space for anything else, but there's always room for a great mortgage rate from LAFQ. Want a low mortgage rate for your new home? Ask for LAFQ. Stop in today or go to LAFQ.com/mortgage. LAFQ, your credit union for life.
Christopher Schmee struggled with his control in the top of the first inning. In the bottom of the first inning, Derek Slocum was struggling with his command, but a double play ball got him out of the mess. 6 to 4 to 3 turned by the Lugnuts D, and that kept the Locos off the scoreboard. Now as we open up the top of the second inning, the Lugnuts are back up. 8-9-1, and Welch, Badalamenti, and Davis trying their luck, taking on the right-hander Christopher Schmies. It's Logan Welch who took strike 1. Fastball comes in high, and the count is even. Welch, the third baseman, and not only batting 8th in the order, but wearing number 8 out of Saginaw Valley State. So this is Cardinal against Cardinal. Schmies hits the outside corner. Let's see Adam if he settles into a groove now in the second inning.
Yeah, we had a lot of balls thrown in that first inning from both guys. So, and again, maybe just some early inning nerves.
Breaking ball is hammered down the left field line. That baseball is foul to the left of the pole.
We thought we had number 1. It was there. It was gone. It went out into the road. And the folks driving down Cedar Street, look out for the yellow baseball.
1-2 stays high. That was a hanging breaking ball, and oh, did he turn on it.
How do you think you react out there if a ball comes your way? You swerving? You can't really swerve. It's 3 lanes out there.
You have no idea.
Just have to take it in the windshield.
Fastball up and in. Now, in general, that's why there's a net there. That net is there to protect all those cars driving southbound on Cedar or on the right side, northbound on Larch. And by and large, that net does a great job. Tell you what, though, a lot of cars would park and just grab the souvenir. 3-2. Check swing foul. Welch stays up there.
Now, the good news for the people that couldn't see it at home, it did bounce off the road. So if it did hit a car, it was off a bounce. So it wasn't off contact of the bat from Welch. So I don't think any visits needed to the auto repair shop will be happening because of that.
Schmies again with the payoff. Breaking ball up, And that is the third walk given out by Schmies. Lead-off base runner for the Lugnuts to bring up the number 9 hitter, Jake Badalamenti.
Well, he's had, out of his 3 walks, 2 have been competitive. I mean, he threw a 4-pitch walk to Connolly, but the last 2, Lay and Welch, he's right there in the count, just hasn't been able to finish them off.
Well, that breaking ball. Remember, he struck out Zaid Walker with a great hook. Couldn't get it there for Welch. Badalamenti stays away from ball 1. Badalamenti is so far 1 for 5 in the Lemonade League, the Wayne State Warrior. Had himself a game yesterday where he just kept on hitting the ball to center field. And again, he hits this baseball in the air, right center field. Adam Purdy can't make the backhanded catch. Around second base, Welch, he's rushing for third. Badalamenti pulls into second, and that's a double. It's Badalamenti's second double in the Lemonade League, and the Lugnuts have runners at second and third with the top of the order coming up.
Well, you feel bad for Badalamenti because he should have an RBI attached to that double, but Logan Welch had to hold up, and rightfully so, to see if Purdy could get that, and he nearly did. Good effort by the center fielder, but it gets down, and you called it again, Jesse. Get yourself a lotto ticket, calling a double play and then the shot to center. My goodness.
Darren Davis, first pitch swinging, got under it, left side into foul ground. Hickey hoping for room. Runs out of it. Darren Davis can smell that RBI opportunity.
Do you have some Lucky Charms in your pocket? I just was curious.
Not a bit.
Okay.
You know how they say past performance is no guarantee of future results?
Yes.
Turns out you can rely upon Jake Badalamenti to hit the ball towards center, or in this case, right center field.
Close enough. It counts.
0-1. And that's thundered to center field. Purdy another chance. Makes the catch going sunlight to shade. Both runners tagging. Throw comes into short. All the while, Welch scores and Badalamenti to third on the sac fly. And it's 2-0 Lugnuts.
Well, that's what you want. Obviously, base hit first to try and score both guys. But if you can't get the base hit it deep enough to bring in the run. And Welch comes in to score. Nice at bat by Davis. And the Lugnuts off to a good start through the first couple of innings.
Runner at third, 1 gone. Number 2 hitter, Mark Connolly now. Schmies throws. That is a much better breaking ball. And strike called. Connolly drew a 4-pitch walk his first time up. Swings right through that fastball away.
Yeah, and I think that's the key, Jesse, is that breaking ball. Can he command it to play it off his fastball and get hitters to respect that pitch? And obviously hit it in the zone, get it for a called strike. That's going to be key as this game moves on.
Connolly trying to bring in Badalamenti. And Christopher Schmies just hit his third batter of this game. He plunked 2 Lugnuts in the first inning, Davis and Cornwell, and he gets Connolly with a 2-strike pitch here in the second.
And I think that's going to be it for him. Yeah, Pete Romsack out, makes the call, and unfortunate for Schmies, again, he just didn't quite have the command here tonight. And you said it, hitting 3 different guys, walking 3 guys, throwing a lot of balls, and unfortunately not the outing that he wants, and a big spot for the reliever coming in to try and keep this a 2-run game.
This was a pitching debut for Christopher Schmies. We're about to see a pitching debut, but not an overall Lemonade League debut, because the new man on the mound is Alex McCormack, whom we have seen as a first baseman, a DH, as a right fielder, as a left-handed batter in the middle part of the Locos lineup. Now for the very first time, we're going to see the left-hander toe the rubber.
Well, again, interesting spot for him to come in with 1 out, runners at first and third, already down 2 runs. Just the key that we talked about multiple times, Jesse. Just find the zone. make the batters put the ball in play, let your defense go to work, eliminate the walks, you're going to find yourself in a good spot.
Easier said than done, huh?
No doubt about it.
One of those things, too, where when you're not finding the zone, it tends to compound. The harder you try, sometimes the harder it becomes.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because these guys are good and they've worked hard to get to this point in their career, and they know that they're capable of producing, but sometimes you just don't have it that day. And we've seen our fair share of walks throughout the first 4 games of this league. Again, as these guys get accustomed to playing competitive games again. I mean, they're sat out for 3-ish months from when their seasons ended with their college teams. So taking a little time to get adjusted, and no surprise that's why we've seen when the debuts have been made on the mound, there's been a lot of struggles.
The Grand Valley State Laker will take on the MSU Spartan Andrew Morrow. Jake Badalamenti's at third base and Mark Connolly's at first. First pitch misses outside. And this is a spot, too, where McCormack, as a left-hander, he can see that runner at first base, but he can't see the runner at third. The 1-0. Up and away. Now, would the Lugnuts chance putting those runners in motion? Or are they simply going to sit back and rely upon the slugger? Morrow takes a strike. Andrew Morrow flied out to the right fielder. Hadd'll see his first time. McCormack's 2-1. Stayed outside. Zaid Walker is waiting on deck for the Lugnuts. 1 run in the first inning, 1 so far here in the second. Morrow fouls it away. He had himself a rip.
Dangerous hitters right here in the lineup with Morrow and Walker back to back. Cornwell capable as well in the 5 spot, so McCormack got to earn it here.
The payoff pitch misses for ball 4, and the bases are loaded with Lugnuts for Zaid Walker.
Bases loaded for a second straight inning. And this Lugnuts team, Jesse, only has 1 base hit. It's the double from Badalamenti that almost got caught by Purdy, but outside of that, it's all walks. It's batters that have been hit.
Walker takes ball 1.
Just mistakes that have been made by the Locos. And again, the last couple of nights when they've won those come from behind games late, they were set up by really good pitching and defense early on in the games.
That breaking ball. The catcher Paladar has to leave his spot to chase it. 4 walks, 3 HBPs, and the 1 Badalamenti double. Grounder toward short. Could this be 2? Henley did get the out at second base, and then the ball came free on the transfer. So the force out on Morrow goes 6-4. All the while, Badalamenti scores. Connolly takes third and gives Zaid Walker an RBI in the fielder's choice at first base. 3-0 Lugnuts.
I think that's the right call by the umpire out there, Mitch Treziak. Ball was caught. It was on the transfer of him trying to take the ball out of his glove to go to first, so the out's made.
Colin Cornwell takes ball 1.
And again, the Lugnuts have had the opportunity to kind of open this one up. Haven't yet with that big swing.
He stranded 3 in the first inning. All the while, Zaid Walker steals second base, and there is no play to be made. 6 stolen bases for Walker, who, by the way, does not walk, he runs. Cornwell has to get out of the way of that pitch, threatening to give him a shave.
6 stolen bases, that leads the man in front of him, Morrow, that was in front of him out there, who has 5 stolen bases.
That's right. Cornwell fouls it away. Walker at second, Connolly at third for the Lugnuts. They're leading 3-0, but Adam, you're right, this could be a much bigger lead. Here it comes. Up and inside again. Here's to Colin Cornwell's reflexes.
Well, Cornwell's got to be going, guys, what have I done wrong here? Before I came to the park, he gets beamed by his teammate in AB number 1, has 2 come at his head in AB number 2.
And now he takes ball 4. Fastball up and in. Oh, the bases are reloaded with lug nuts and bring up Hunter Lay. I think it's so great that Hunter Lay's stylist checked into the comment section on the Facebook chat. Ball 1's outside.
Alicia says, I'm Hunter Lay's hairstylist. Message me if y'all want his look. Let's do it.
Adam. Hunter Lay sprays it over the leaping Henley at second. That gets into shallow right field. 1 runner's in. A second runner's in. To third base goes Cornwell. Credit a 2-run single for Hunter Lay. 5-0 Lugnuts.
Listen, the guy's got 3 RBI in this game, Jesse. I feel like the hair's working for him. Great swing right over the top of Henley. Nothing he could do at second. And finally, the Lugnuts get that big swing. Have had the chances, and they've broken this one open.
Strike called in the outside corner to Van Acker. So here's the situation for Van. He struck out with the bases loaded in the first inning, and that ended the rally. Trying to keep things going here. Swings and misses. Van Acker finds himself down 0-2.
And he's trying to get that first base hit, and you know he knows it. He's been struggling to start in the Lemonade League. Had the day off yesterday. Now behind 0-2.
Here it comes. And down he goes on strikes once again. McCormack gets out of the top of the second. But first, though, the Lugnuts played 4 runs on only 2 hits in the frame. They strand 2. 1.5 complete in the Lemonade League, and it's 5-0 Lugnuts.
Every gesture counts right now. Because together, it all makes a difference. And staying committed to the health of our communities is everything. Which is why Blue Cross will remain committed to you, ensuring you can get the care you need with resources like virtual doctor visits and our 24-hour nurse line. You'll have access wherever and whenever you need it. Blue Cross will stay by your side for whatever comes next.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. When wildfires threatened communities, John jumped into danger, fighting through fear and fatigue until the fire was contained. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
It is 5-0 Lugnuts. 1 in the first, 4 in the top of the second. Now we go to the bottom of the second where the Locos offense looks to go right back to work. They had the start of something in the bottom of the first inning. 2 walks with 1 out, and a double play ball off the bat of Cade Preston got Derek Slocum out of the jam. Now Slocum will take on Shire, Paladar, and Hattlesey. 5, 6, 7 in the order. You'd figure a 5-0 lead should be pretty good. 7-inning games. If there's one thing we've learned, however, no lead is safe in the Lemonade League.
Ain't that the truth? Last 2 nights, Lugnuts can tell you all about that lead that slipped away in the 7th.
The pitch to Brennan Shire. Strike called. Now Shire's played in 2 games entering this one. And when it comes to drawing walks, he's done them fairly well. Takes ball 1. Adam Brandonshire's officially 1 for 2. In those 2 games, he has drawn 4 walks. He had 1 walk in 1 game. And the other game, he went 1 for 1 with a single and 3 walks drawn. Chops this one up the first base side. Stays fair. Trouble for Morrow. Shire reaches.
What do you rule that? E3?
That would be my guess.
I know it's a little tricky with the hop and the bag over at first base, but I think Andrew Morrow would tell you he needs to field that one cleanly and can field it cleanly. So I would guess that's probably an error, and that's what they're going to go with.
That's an E3 on Andrew Morrow. Brandon Shire is on for Craig Paladar. Ball one high. Now, Craig Paladar is playing his third game in the Lemonade League. It's his second start. Paladar came in yesterday in the bottom of the seventh inning. A 1-0 from Slocum. Tails outside. So in the top of the seventh inning, the starting catcher in the game yesterday for the Locos was Garrett Lanker. But they rolled the dice. The very first Lemonade League pinch hitter, Michael Steigels, came up to hit for him, drew a base-loaded walk, and that tied up the score in the final inning. The pitch. Hit in the air, down the right side into foul ground. Morrow near the tarp. Makes the catch. One out, Shire staying at first.
Well, it's a good makeup play right there for the error and mistake that Morrow just made. Goes over by the fencing and finds a way to snag that one before it goes out of play. Nice job by Morrow to get that out, especially with Paladar ahead 2 balls, no strikes.
Sean Hattlesey comes up next. All the while, Brandon Shire steps away his lead, held on by Morrow. Slocum fires. Strike called at the letters.
Jesse, if there's any Lugnuts fans watching, they'll get this reference, but the guy on the mound, give him like 4 or 5 inches, and he looks exactly to me like Troy Miller from last year's team.
With those dark brown curls.
Yes.
Slocum misses outside.
Troy Miller went to Michigan and was part of the Lugnuts starting staff throughout the year last season. And yeah, he had those locks that came out of his cap. A little bit more height than Slocum, but the resemblance is there.
1-1. Swing and a miss. How about the bottom dropping out?
Great pitch. Definitely could see the movement there. And Slocum trying to settle in. Again, the 2 walks in the first inning. And outside of a ground ball at first, he's still opportunity to put up another 0 in this second, especially after his team's got him 5 runs.
The 1-2. Got him looking on the outside corner. Strikeout number 1 for Slocum. Hattlesey's the second out.
Well, that's a 1-2-3 inning for Slocum if the play is made by Morrow more cleanly. Even so, still a chance again to get 3, but it's been good as you see that break right there go across the zone. Tough pitch to take for Hattlesey coming in.
That has to feel so good for the catcher, Hunter Lay. Put your mitt out, receive, show it to the umpire. Now Ben Compton takes a strike call.
Well, Slocum's starting to locate, Jesse. He's looking like he's settled in, he's feeling comfortable, and I think certainly you look past those 2 4-pitch walks in the first. He was helped out by that double play, and that's probably given him some confidence.
There goes the runner, breaking ball high, throw down, one hops in late. The stolen base for Brandon Shire. That is Shire's first stolen base in the Lemonade League. Brandon Shire, I believe, becomes the 10th different player to record at least 1 steal. Here it comes to Compton. Strike called on the outer edge. Ben Compton from Olivet, batting 8th in the order and the starting DH today here for the Locos. Lugnuts scored a run in the first, 4 in the top of this second. Derek Slocum looking for a second straight goose egg. Got him swinging. Slocum strands Shire in scoring position, pitching around the air, and we're going to the third. It's 5-0 Lugnuts.
Every act.
Sparrow Medical Minute, the latest health news and information from Sparrow, Mid-Michigan's healthcare leader.
I'm Cheryl Fritz here with Hillary Taransky, physician assistant with Sparrow Occupational Health. Employers are concerned about how to keep their employees healthy and make them feel safe as they return to work. How does Sparrow Occupational Health help?
So Sparrow's goal is to be a partner in health with the local employers. We've developed a program to help make sure that they can return back to work safely. This includes an online screening tool as well as the availability for Sparrow staff to come on site and help with screening. Occupational Health also offers COVID screening. This includes the nasal PCR swab as well as the antibody testing. We can evaluate employees that are ill and give guidance on when they can return back to work safely.
Where can people get more information on this important topic?
They can call Sparrow Occupational Health at 517-364-3900.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Medical Minute, brought to you by Sparrow. For health, for care, for life.
I was born and raised on the river. It's the only life that I know. And they say, River Boy, hey River Boy, you got any fish there today, River Boy?
Second pitch coming from Alex McCormack as we bring you back for the third. Swing and a miss from Welch. All Lugnuts so far, 5 runs on 2 hits. They've also taken 5 walks, been hit a couple of times. Breaking ball slides away. 2-1 on the righty. Welch, one of those walks in that 9-batter second, and he came around to score the second run. Adam Jackson, Jesse Goldberg Strassler, and our fine production crew with you tonight. Thanks for stopping in from Cooley Law School Stadium. Game number 4 between the Lugnuts and the Locos. And our third straight going back to Wednesday. We'll play tomorrow and Sunday as well. Launched out to center. And the leadoff man on in Logan Welch.
Adam, that's just a nice job by Welch. He looked overmatched early in that at-bat, and especially the fastball overpowered him. So what did he do? Didn't try to do too much, just timed up that pitch, served it back up the middle.
Well, good production from the bottom of the order so far for the Lugnuts. Welch has reached both times, and Badalamenti had that double back in the second, and then he came around to score. Here is Jacob Badalamenti. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Alex McCormick, in the meantime, came in to relieve Christopher Schmies, who struggled to find the zone. When inning in a third, allowed just 1 hit. No balls, 2 strikes on Badalamenti, but gave up the 4 runs because of 3 walks and hitting a couple of batters. He nearly gave up a home run as well, but it was foul. 0-2. This is whacked out to right. Hattlesea has it hang up. 1 down. So now we go back to the top of the card with Darren Davis. Jesse and I have talked a lot about the success with Davis so far through the first 3 games. And tonight, getting an opportunity to rest in the field as the DH. Typically, we've seen him at shortstop through the first few games. He was hit by a pitch and sent one out to center for a sacrifice fly in his second at bat. That goes behind Davis, and it nicked him. He's hit again. McCormick just lost that one, and they're at first and second. So the wildness continues from the Locos pitching staff.
If you're a batter, you get into the batter's box, but you can't have a good toe hold. You know what I mean? You just have to be ready.
Yeah, and I think all these guys for the Lugnuts, they certainly are aware of what's been going on. Ball misses low to Mark Conley. He was struck by a pitch in his last at bat and then walked in the first. Lugnuts trying to add on to their 5-run lead. Smacked out to center, hanging up for Purdy. Now runs in, makes the catch. 2 gone.
I think the wind held that ball up a little bit, but also it's good for him to build momentum. Get that momentum behind his throw back into the infield just in case.
So an opportunity for the Grand Valley State Laker to get out of this inning with no runs given up. And that's something the Locos haven't done yet tonight. Running the first, 4 in the second. Lugnuts have had base runners in all 3 half innings. This is Andrew Morrow. Nice breaking ball in for strike 1 on the Spartan. Only 3 hits tonight for the Lugnuts. 0-2 on Morrow. The timely hit coming from Hunter Lay in the second. He's got 3 RBI. Walked in a run in the first, and then the 2-run single in the second. And that big 4-run half inning. 0-2. Bender wide.
What really lets you know what's going on is that the top 3 batters in this Lugnuts order have batted in each of the first 3 innings.
And they're cycling through that lineup again, and again. Morrow stays alive. And in the meantime, Derek Slocum on the other side has started to gain some momentum. He got a couple of strikeouts to finish off that second inning. Starting pitcher out of Saginaw Valley State for the Lugnuts. So right now they've got everything working. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Four hits for Morrow so far through his first few games played. He's played in all 4 games of the Lemonade League. 1 game last week, and then 5 straight this week, as it looks like we've got a ball of some sort on the field and left. Oh, coming from the bullpen area. That's Cal Johnston down there in the left field side, where the bullpens are open here at Cooley Law School Stadium, and the ball got away and tailed its way out into left field. So that's why the stoppage. Full count on Morrow. From 0-2 to 3-2. 2 outs, expect the runners to be going. Bouncer, jumping catch by McCormick, and a nice defensive play to finish off the third. So the first half inning, the Lugnuts don't score any runs. They're up 5 as we move on to the bottom of the third.
I make decisions about money. I can earn and save. I can spend and donate. I'll spend my money well. Education and hard work set me up to excel. It's a recipe for success. Should have thought about that, I guess. Money lets me share. I better prepare. Saving's a good lesson to learn. Because a penny saved is a penny earned.
Teach kids how to earn, save, spend, and donate. Visit chachingusa.org.
All right, it's time for today's LAFCU trivia question. And let's take a peek at what the question is today. Again, if you want to answer it, www.milb.com/Lansing/fans and /contests to answer and enter as we get today's question coming up here shortly. The suspense is building.
If you want to win prizes with LAFCU Trivia with the Lugnuts, go to www.milb.com/Lansing/fans/contests. And if you want an easy question to answer right here, who was the very first pitcher to throw a pitch in the Lemonade League?
Bottom of the third, first pitch, bounce to short. Connolly up with it to Morrow. And that's now 4 straight retired for Derek Slocum as Matthew Williams is put away. So back to the top of the order for the Locos, who just have not been able to get anything going outside of a couple of walks in the first. See if Adam Purdy can potentially change that. Tries to lay down a bunt, and it's fair because of the slide from Lay, made contact with the ball. So a bunt single breaks up the no-hitter for Derek Slocum.
Adam, that was a beauty. Just a beauty. Executed to perfection by Purdy.
Purdy finds a way to get on base once again.
Share a laugh with Andrew Morrow over at first base. Here's another shot of that bunt, shortening up, laying it down, and having it hug that grass.
And it certainly looked like even if Lay didn't touch it, it was looking like a good chance it stayed fair. Brock Henley had a ball stay fair right up the middle last night that delivered the 3 winning runs in an 8-5 victory for the Locos, their second straight over the Lugnuts. Henley bounces one to short, could be 2. Connolly to Acker, and it's a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. So just like that, after you get the first hit from Purdy, Slocum shuts the door. We'll move to the 4th, 5-0 Lugnuts in downtown Lansing.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
It's time to play the Bus Stops Here, brought to you by our terrific friends at Dean Transportation. Follow that hat as the bus is under one of those Lugnuts hats. It's shuffling around back and forth. Don't blink. Don't blink or
I'm
you
blinking
might miss
at him.
it. 3 caps. Where's it going to lie? Follow it closely. Back and forth they go. Around and through and swiping back and forth. Which one of those caps will land still and have the Dean Transportation bus? Is it 1, 2, or 3? Which one is it? It's hat number 1. All right. That is Dean Bus Stops Here, brought to you by our terrific friends at Dean Transportation. Well, after a rousing edition of The Bus Stops Here, we're back with baseball at Cooley Law School Stadium. Jesse Goldberg-Strassler alongside me, Adam Jacksa, and our great crew that has done a wonderful job to start this Lemonade League, putting together the great graphics and camera shots you see and trusting in us to broadcast these games. And we've had some great contests. Locos winning the last 2 tonight. It has been all Lugnuts. Zaid Walker leads off this 4th inning. Flies it to right. Hadalsi, a long run in foul territory, and he can't quite get there. Colin Cornwell, Hunter Lay, the other 2 to come up. 4 through 6 due up middle of the order for the Lugnuts. Had a run in the first and 4 in the second. And a lot of it was just wild pitching from Christopher Smees. Just couldn't hit the zone tonight regularly. Only gave up the 1 hit, but he hit a few batters, walked a few guys, and the Lugnuts eventually capitalized with a 2-run single from Hunter Lay. 0-2 on Walker.
So then you had Alex McCormack come in, get him out of the second, pitch that scoreless 3rd inning, and now Cal Johnston seeing what he can do.
And he's throwing strikes, but Walker fouling them off.
We've seen Cal Johnston out there before. Pitched a 1/3 of an inning. Allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, tossed a wild pitch.
We'll see how long he goes today and see if he can tame this Lugnuts offense. Nearly grazing Walker 1-2. The Spartan tonight, strikeout and an RBI on a fielder's choice. He stole his 6th bag earlier. Most in the league. Another foul ball. Just great to hear that crack of the bat sound. So many months. We didn't have baseball when we were expecting to have it collegiately and then professionally, and unfortunately won't have the minor league season this year, but excellent to have the Lemonade League going on. There's a nice crack of the bat as that rips through for a single. Walker aboard. 4th hit tonight for the Lugnuts.
I think Zaid's got his timing. Not only that, Adam, with Walker now at first base, get ready for him to take off.
Yeah, you're right. Timed up and fouled off multiple pitches there before squaring that one up. 6 stolen bases. Can he get number 7? Colin Cornwell, who was hit by a pitch and walked, stands in for a 3rd time. There he goes, first pitch. And he is gunned down. Beautiful throw by Paladar.
It was close. They needed a perfect throw, and Paladar put it right on the bag for Brock Henley.
We got to take another look at that stellar throw. Paladar up quickly, throws it over to Henley, and right on the shoe of Walker.
Even so, Zaid Walker nearly had that.
Well, and that's what it took. You saw it, and you said it, Jesse. A perfect throw. It couldn't be anywhere else. 2-1. Colin Cornwell, a freshman out of Saginaw Valley State. Rips this to right, and that finds the gap, and this could be extra bases. Around first, carrying to the wall. Purdy finally picks it up. Hustling is Cornwell. He's into 3rd with a stand-up triple. Just our 2nd triple of the Lemonade League. That ball was ripped.
It is out near 400 feet to deepest right center. And once that baseball split the outfielders and started to roll, Colin Cornwell could shift it into the next gear.
He had that go to the deepest part of the park where it juts out in right center. Now an opportunity for another run as Hunter Lay already has 3 driven in. That one hangs up, caught by Hattlesea. Here comes the play at the plate. Cut off, and Cornwell slides in. A 4th RBI for Hunter Lay. The Lugnuts make it 6-0. Lay wasted no time swinging at that pitch. Line drive, sac fly, and now Van Acker. And there's his first base hit of the Lemonade League. He had struggles and 2 more strikeouts earlier. He swings at the first pitch and connects.
He had been 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts before that base hit there. Hey, get off the schneid.
A slump buster. An early slump buster. It's only game 3 for him in the league.
Not quite a slump yet, right?
Logan Welch takes the ball that bloops in for strike 1.
That's Cal Johnston going to the breaking ball because they have been tattooing his fastball.
Yeah, and both on the first 2 pitches, so no surprise he goes off speed. What does he go to here? Off of the shoulder of Welch. And the hits batters continue in this game. I'm counting 5 batters now hit.
You count correct. 2 for Davis, 1 for Connolly, 1 for Cornwell, and now Welch.
And it's been multiple pitchers.
Here's a replay of that pitch, striking Welch, coming up and in.
That's a dangerously close ball to his face. Glad he got out of the way and take first base. Now Jacob Badalamenti. That's hit hard. Shire mishandles, and he'll have no throw. An E6, and the inning continues. Bases loaded. So for a third time tonight, the Lugnuts have the bases loaded. Did it in the first, the second, and now the fourth. The run already in. They could really open it up. And Darren Davis is dangerous. That's ball one, and it kicks off Thomas Burrell, the home plate umpire.
Pitchers have been dangerous. There's the first one against the umpire, but Darren Davis, the batter, has been hit by pitches in the first inning and the third inning.
Sac fly in that second at bat, in the second. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff man. Darren Davis came into tonight's game batting .556 in the Lemonade League. Technically, still has not registered an at-bat tonight. Would love to put a single down or perhaps a base hit in general with them loaded up. 2-1.
Just amazing. It's the fourth inning. Darren Davis, the leadoff hitter, having his fourth plate appearance.
Tells you how good the offense has been clicking up and down 1 through 9 tonight for the Lugnuts, and really how troublesome the pitching has been for the Locos, struggling to find the zone, whether it was Schmees or McCormick or now Johnston. Just haven't quite gotten in that rhythm, Jesse, that you would like to see on the hill.
Johnston's a little bit different, though, because he's been getting hit. So now Cal's trying to figure out a way to keep it away from these batters' barrels. It wasn't the case earlier on. Christopher Schmees simply did not have his location.
And outside the hits batter of Welch, Johnston's been on target, and then he got hurt by the misplay by Shire at short. Otherwise, we'd be done in this inning. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss.
That's rear and back and chucking it past him.
88 on the stadium gun. Excellent high heat from Cal Johnston. Davis off the sweets up towards us with the foul ball. Van Acker at third with his first base hit of the league. Logan Welch was hit by a pitch at second, and Badalamenti reached on the E6 from Shire. The 2-2 again. Full count.
That's the big key here for Johnston, just trying to pick up his teammate. Don't want that error to cost any runs. But I think Adamy's got to come back with a fastball.
See what he does here. No strikeouts for Davis in this league. Runners go, and that changes on that pitch from Johnston. He gets the leadoff man and limits the Lugnuts to 1.
Corona is the original cerveza más fina of Mexico. And since 1925, it's been made with the finest ingredients. And most of all, with our heritage and our pride. In 1981, we didn't just bring a beer to the States. We brought our way of life. Because when you're proud of what you do, you want to share it with the world. Corona, we share more than a beer. We share the same history.
Want a chance to be featured on a Lemonade League broadcast and to win an all-inclusive Lugnut Suite experience from Farm Bureau? Submit a video of you, your family, your friends, or shoot even your dog or cat singing Take Me Out to the Ballgame. Boy, we would love to see those videos. Enter at www.milb.com/Lansing/fans @LocosSports.com/contest to get mentioned and viewed on the broadcast. Send them in. That's because Derek Slocum has been impressive since that second inning. First pitch to Zach Hickey finds the corner, strike one. You go back to that first inning with Slocum, he was shaky, 15 pitches, just 4 for strikes. He walked 2 batters on 4 straight balls, but got an inning-ending double play. After that double play, an error from his first baseman to begin the second, and then he shut down the Locos offense with a pop-up and 2 straight strikeouts. 1-2 on Hickey, and ever since that second inning, maybe you could go back to the end of the first when he got the confidence with that double play turned by his defense. He's been rolling, only has allowed 1 base hit, which came from Purdy on a bunt single. 1-2. Zach Hickey was one of those walks on 4 straight pitches. They were back-to-back in the first, Henley and Hickey. Zach Hickey's played in all 4 games in the Lemonade League. On a walk last night along with a strikeout, an 0 for 3. Here he swings and misses, but the ball gets through Lay, and Hickey escapes to first.
Adam, that's bad luck for Hunter Lay. Just could not locate where that ball had gone. Looked up, looked left, and it had bounced right.
So technically that is the 3rd strikeout for Derek Slocum, but go down as a strikeout in a wild pitch. Popped up by Cade Preston on the first pitch. Van Acker calling off his outfielders for the first out.
I think that's the key. Slocum is challenging these Locos hitters. He walked Henley and Hickey back-to-back in the first inning, and since then, he is challenging them. He's attacking the zone.
Well, what have we talked about, Jesse? The fact that a lot of the keys come down to throwing those strikes and making the batters swing the bat. And you look at the differences on your scorecard from one side to the other. Just 2 walks in that first inning. Hickey will take off after it bounces in the dirt, and he's picked off by Connolly. Fielded it off the hop throw from Lay, and Hickey gets tagged out. What a defensive play by Mark Connolly to put the tag on and grab that off the dirt.
It's a great recovery in the first spot by Lay, as that ball bounced in just to get it and wing it down to second base, but what a scoop and tag by Connolly.
Now you're right, both guys taking it off the dirt. Here's the first time, off the dirt, Lay gets it, and then Connolly off the dirt on a short hop and tags Hickey while catching it. Just an excellent defensive play. Shire out in front, 1-2.
It's the case where the Locos are just trying to get anything going. So you can understand Hickey saying, let me take this extra base on a dirt read, and the Lugnut shut him down.
That's down low. And again, going back to looking, 2 walks for Slocum in the first. No walks or hits batters since, just 1 base hit. 5 batters hit for the Locos pitching staff, and 5 walks allowed. That's been the difference. A full count, 3-2 on Brandon Shire. You tag on some timely hits as well from the Lugnuts. And they have bounced back so far tonight after giving up 7th inning leads in the last 2 games. Check swing. Didn't go around, and it's ball 4 for Brandon Shire, drawing another walk.
I like that appeal by Thomas Burrell. He flinched, but instead he checked in with the bases umpire.
So it looked like it was going to be a quick half inning for Slocum, but Shire extends it. First walk since that opening frame. Craig Paladar pops it up, shallow right side, long run. Acker lays out and can't get to it. Good effort, but they're at first and third after the bloop single. Well, you had Walker playing fairly deep. Acker trying to make that long run. But right in between them for just the second hit tonight for the Locos. But an opportunity. Locos trying to get on the board, get some momentum in their favor, as it's been all Lugnuts to this point. Sean Hattlesey takes ball 1.
Now, the first time Hattlesey came up there against Slocum froze him. We'll see if Hattlesey adjusts.
Went back-to-back strikeouts against Hattlesey and Compton in the second, his only 2 tonight. 2-0.
It's a bit of overthrowing there by Slocum.
And sometimes start to think a little bit once runners get on. Even a bloop, not great contact swing like Shire, or rather Paladar, just put in play. The runner's now at the corners. There's the fastball in at 87 for strike 1.
What Hattlesey did so well yesterday with his triple to deep right field, took a fastball away and went right with it. Let's see if Slocum comes in.
Goes away and misses. 3-1 on Sean Hattlesey.
And this has been one of the great qualities of Hattlesey that we've seen so far in the Lemonade League, is he does not expand the strike zone.
Hattlesey teaming up with Darren Davis, both those guys going to Ann Arbor Skyline in high school. And he takes ball 4. Much like his high school teammate, finding ways to get on base. And for the first time tonight, a real threat for the Locos with the bases loaded. I mean, you got to go back to that first inning, those back-to-back walks when they were on first and second. Up to this point, that had been the best opportunity for the Locos. Riley McCauley, you'd think, has got to just be saying, settle down, go back to what you were doing, because Slocum, Jesse, was commanding the ball well, and he was rolling.
On the other hand, what a chance for Ben Compton. The Locos have managed nothing. You've said it, this is really their first true threat. So here you go, it's erupted from out of nowhere. Zach Hickey gets thrown out at second base, Kate Preston pops out, it's 2 outs, nobody on, and now suddenly the chance with a Loco at every single base. Can the Olivet Comet do something about it?
Can he do something he hasn't done yet in the league? Get his first hit behind 0-1.
Slocum just is attacking him with high cheddar. He's basically saying to Compton, can you catch up with my fastball?
The answer on the first pitch, no.
That was the answer the first at bat.
Got him on 4 pitches, swinging strike 3. This one ripped over third, and a run will come in. Shire scores. Paladar right behind him. Hadalsi slides in safely to third. It's a 2-run double for Ben Compton, his first hit in the league.
Adam, that is a fastball in on his hands, and he did have it all timed up. What a job by Compton to whip that baseball into left field.
How about the difference from the Lugnuts and the Locos in this game? It took the Lugnuts a little bit to take advantage of their opportunities. They had a couple in that first inning. Finally got the 4-run outburst in the second, but the Locos, the second they get a chance, they come through with a guy that hadn't had a hit yet in the league. Lead cut to 4 as Matthew Williams takes strike 1. That's what good teams do. Pesky teams that hang around and win games when they're behind, they capitalize on those opportunities. Can Williams capitalize again right after Compton just did?
By and large, we have seen Williams as a contact hitter, just a freshman from Albion. So he's simply gone up there looking to put the ball in play, seeing what will happen for him. That's all Craig Palladar did. Put his bat on the ball and it dunked down. Little weak blooping single that got things going.
And again, it looked like it was going to be a quick inning after Zach Hickey was tagged out. Trying to swipe second after the ball momentarily got away from Lay. Not the case, though. There's strike 2. Good pitch, low in the zone.
If you're Slocum, you want to end things right here. You do not want this inning to get around to Adam Purdy waiting on deck.
1 out away from getting us through 4. One, 2. Williams fights it off. Grounded out to Mark Connolly at short in his first at bat. After that tag out of Hickey, the Locos with 2 outs have gone walk, single, walk, 2-run double. From the 5 through 8 guys in their lineup. Impressive stuff to get back into this game. Bounce to third. Welch waits, throws wide of first, and another run comes in. Hattlesey scores, Compton right behind him, and a mistake, and it's now 6-4.
Well, Adam, we mentioned Matthew Williams just trying to put the ball into play and seeing what happens. And that throw over to first base, a difficult one hop for Andrew Morrow at first. Skipped right by him. But Logan Welch could not get it over to him in the air.
An E5 on Welch, and it's opened the door here for the Locos. And it's helped ruin a really good start by Derek Slocum. He'll exit this game after it certainly looked like he was coming out with no runs given up. And all of a sudden, there are 4 runs up on the board for the Locos.
We could go back 5 batters ago. It was a 3-ball, 2-strike pitch to Brandon Shire, a check swing. It was really close. The home plate umpire, Thomas Burrell, flinched, and then they went to the appeal, but no swing was the call. He got the walk. The very next pitch, a Texas leaguer of a single for Palladar. Hattlesey drew the walk, and then things opened up here at the bottom part of the order for Compton, followed by Williams with the Welch error.
So he'll turn the ball over to his college teammate. John Fantazzo will take over the lefty. And all of a sudden, the tying run's going to come to the plate against Fantazzo and Adam Purdy. There was only 1 hit coming into this half inning, and it was a bunt until Palladar singled, Compton doubled, then the error, the second tonight on the Lugnuts from Logan Welch. And again, this game is completely turned now. It's now 6-4.
Hey, no lead is safe in the Lemonade League. This is the earliest that we're seeing Fantazzo come into a game. His pitching coach, Riley McCauley, had been using him at the very end of games along with Logan Buczkowski. Let's go back, by the way, to that throwing error committed by the third baseman, Logan Welch, on the Williams grounder.
Yeah, here it was. Backed him up. He set his feet, took his time, and just missed wide of the bag. And then you see it go over towards the tarp. Walker trying to find it, and by that time, 2 runs had come in. Williams goes to second, and a missed opportunity here for the Lugnuts to limit the damage and get out of this inning.
Adam, I almost wonder if it was a case of too much time. It's not that long of a throw. He's double clutching, he's pounding his glove, he's getting it over, and in the end, he short-armed it.
Well, either way, it's left the opportunity there for the Locos to try and close the gap even more. 4 runs in. Now what does Adam Purdy have to say about getting a 5th in? John Fantazzo misses up high with his first pitch. Purdy bounced one back to Slocum in his first at bat and then bunted a beautiful lay down the third baseline for a bunt single in the third. 1-1.
I get back to that Ben Compton double. A 2-run double by Compton. A fastball, it just blown right by him for strike 1. And so there was Slocum trying to go right back to that fastball. And Compton was ready for it.
Well, as he should have too after he blew by fastballs to get him to strike out in the first at bat. Compton adjusted though. That bender grabs the inner half.
That is nasty from Fantazzo.
That is fantastic from Fantazzo. 1-2. Williams at second. A long half inning for the Locos offensively to get back in this one. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the lefty Purdy.
Adam, you had mentioned earlier, hey, Darren Davis has not struck out in the Lemonade League, and then he did strike out for the very first time. Adam Purdy has never struck out. Purdy and Davis bat more than anybody else.
Nearly got called for strike 3 there, just wide.
This is tough for Purdy, too. You consider the lefty-lefty matchup. What a job grinding this count to 3-2.
First batter that he faces out of the pen. Fantazzo trying to get that third and final out. Something that Slocum couldn't do. Runner takes off, check swing. And it's strike 3. So there is the first strikeout from Purdy after 4 runs come in. Finished off by the 2-run double from Compton and the error that allowed Williams to reach. Locos back in it after 4 innings.
Hard seltzer, a wave of refreshment, crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure, nothing tastes like White Claw hard seltzer.
Back here for the 5th inning, the Locos have closed the gap. 4-run 4th. Big swing from Ben Compton and then an error by the Lugnuts. And after it was 6-0, now just a 2-run lead. Locos will make the change. They'll go to John Holt, the 6'5", 215-pound senior out of Eastern Michigan. Has the momentum potentially swung here? And can the Locos keep that momentum on their side with a shutdown half inning of the Lugnuts? Top of the order here, 2, 3, and 4. Connolly, Morrow, and Walker up against the righty. Ball 1. There's the first strike from Holt. Connolly with a walk. Was hit by a pitch and then flied out to center. No hits tonight from the top three guys in the order for the Lugnuts. And it's 1-2.
Then again, they've been hit.
And they've been walked.
They've gotten aboard. They've made things happen, even without base knocks.
3 times they've been hit and twice they've walked. 2 balls, 2 strikes. John Holt grew up right by Eastern Michigan in Ypsilanti, down in Saline. Now playing here in the Lemonade League. 3 different teams represented out of the Mid-American Conference. We got 4 guys from Central Michigan, 1 from Toledo, and Holt from Eastern Michigan. .65 righty comes home, and it's ball 4.
This is what he struggled with his first time on the mound in the Lemonade League back on opening day. Just trying to get that fastball down.
Well, the one thing you can't do, Jesse, if you're going to come back and win games that you're trailing, can't give the momentum right back. Those comeback half innings after you put 4 on the board, the last thing you want to do is let the Lugnuts get some insurance and runs right back after it. Andrew Morrow, a guy that's dangerous. No hits tonight. A couple of balls in play and a walk. Pitch 2. Conley to second, head first slide, and he's in safely.
I was thinking that might be dangerous to try to steal on Holt, who's missing with high fastballs. Usually high fastballs are basically semi-pitch outs, but that was a great jump by Connolly.
His second stolen base tonight, and second of the league for him. And Morrow, a favorable 2-0 count. Good position for the Lugnuts. Make it 3-0. Well, again, this has been the trouble at times, and it was the trouble for the Locos just earlier in this game, finding the strike zone. We just talked to you about how the top few batters in this order hadn't had hits because they'd either been hit or walked. Same case for Morrow, the third guy in this lineup, as he's now walked for a second time.
Figure the Locos starting lineup is looking up there at that deficit and just going, give us a chance. We'll keep on carving runs away. We trimmed a 6-run deficit down to 2 with a 4-run rally last inning. Don't now rebuild that lead for the Lugnuts.
The magic number, as they say, is 4 for the Locos. They just need to be within 4 in the 7th inning. That's been their magic number the last 2 nights. 4 runs, 7th innings, last night and the night before to win it.
Just figured that their rally here on the bottom of the 4th inning was 4 runs after the Lugnuts had scored 4 in the 2nd.
It's the magic number.
Is no team going to score 5 in an inning?
It's never been done in Lemonade League history. Zaid Walker. So they're going, Jesse, look, we cut it to 2. We're fine. Plenty of time here. 3 innings left to play. Walker tonight with an RBI, runs scored, did strike out in the first, base hit in the 4th. 1 for 3. Also swiped his league-leading 6th bag. Good pitch, 1-1.
Well, that's it, 6 feet 5 inches tall for John Holt, just trying to get it down. I figure he's pitching on an incline anyway. He can throw it directly downhill.
Runners take off, double steal. Thrown out at third is Connolly. Nabbed by Hunter Lay. Or by Craig Paladar, excuse me.
That high fastball. So Paladar had a great pitch to throw on, and the jump just not quite good enough for Connolly. That helps out the pitcher Holt. Give him an out, not recorded through the batter.
Yeah, interesting that they go aggression there with how erratic he's been from the zone. But now he's got a little more confidence, 2-2.
He can now challenge Zaid Walker. I think he figured something out. We'll see, because he still needs to build on this. 2 pitches ago, he still missed up. But all he has to do, and I say all, this is difficult, just get it down.
Well, he gets that down into the foul-tipped glove of Paladar for a strikeout.
That is a live fastball that Walker could not do anything with.
And as quick as Derek Slocum had given up 4 runs, John Holtz turned it around and quickly gotten 2 outs after allowing the first 2 to reach.
He's not out of the woods yet. Colin Cornwell is going to test him.
He's closer with the strike. Cornwell has not been put out tonight, though. Hit in the first, walked in the second, and a triple, just the second in the league, in the fourth. This one's on the ground, hard hit off the backhand attempt of Henley, and this will bring in Morrow. 3-run lead after the ground ball from Cornwell.
That's unusual to see from Brock Henley. We saw just how good his hands were yesterday when he was playing third base. That should have been the 3rd out.
Instead, it becomes the second error, and now a 3-run lead. Hunter Lay's turn. Ground ball, fouled off of Hunter Lay. Strike 1. What do you think, Jesse? Do you think Henley should have tried to get in front of that ball and kept going, or just continued and go after that with the backhand?
Well, he wasn't truly in front of it. It's true. So, yes. But I think that the speed surprised him a bit.
Yeah.
I think you give him the chance to make that play again, he makes it much more securely. But he was right there. He was right in position to make that play easily.
Cornwell goes for second, and he's got a stolen base.
I mean, the ball hit him in the glove.
Just like the air in the bottom of the fourth hurt the Lugnuts, an error here in the top of the 5th hurts the Locos. A run apiece for each side. There's another one thrown away. Good backup by Pert.
Tell you what, Adam, looking ahead to the bottom half of this inning, Brock Henley is going to be leading off. So there's a chance for quick redemption. But first, John Holt has to get out of this 5th inning.
Henley, the only one that didn't bat in that lengthy 4th inning moments ago. 1-1 pitch, and it plunks Lay. 6 batters hit tonight by this Loco staff.
The Midwest League single game record for most batters hit by one team is 6.
The Lugnuts tied that last year.
They sure did. I've seen both times that record was set in the Midwest League. The Lugnuts getting hit by Peoria Chiefs pitchers, and then Lugnuts pitchers hitting Lake County captains.
Here's Van Acker with a big swing, a double steal.
The infielders didn't cover.
No.
Zach Hickey wasn't covering at third base as Cornwell came speeding in, and neither of the middle infielders converged on second.
So it's back-to-back stolen bases by Cornwell. Now Lay gets in on the action. No balls and 2 strikes on Acker. And we had mentioned had struggled through the first couple of games at the plate, broke through with a single on his first pitch that he saw in the 4th. Now trying to protect, down 0-2. Fights it off. And again, right after the Locos come back with those 4 runs, if Acker can put this in play and potentially plate 2, turn into a 3-run inning after it looked like Holt may be able to wiggle his way out of damage. Good battle from Acker.
He's just been a little bit off, Adam. Just that timing, not quite on. But that last time up, he laced that base hit into left field. That's more like the Van Acker swing. If he barrels up John Holt, watch out.
He has to move down out of the way of that pitch.
I'll put this to you. I think that by the time the Lemonade League is done, I think Van Acker's got 3, 4, 5 home runs.
I think he would take that. He'll barrel this one up to deep left center. Hanging, though, for Williams, and he makes the catch. Good swing from Acker, but not quite enough. Lugnuts settle for 1 on the error from Henley.
Come play in Greater Lansing. You'll love our perfect mix of old and new, big city buzz and small town charm. And visiting is easy because it feels like home. Catch Spartan spirit, share an intimate meal, roar with the crowd, or relax in the links. Reconnect with family and make memories that will last a lifetime. Give yourself a weekend and come play in Greater Lansing.
Bottom of the 5th, and the first pitch flies wide to Brock Henley. John Fantazzo beginning his first full inning of work. Came out to get the final out, a strikeout of Adam Purdy to close out that 4-run 4th for the Locos. Baseball runs free out of the bullpen area in left, so Cornwell will track it down. This game's tightened up. Give credit to the Lugnuts. They came back, got one in the top of the 5th to extend the lead back to 3. Next pitch inside, and it's 2-0.
By the way, that's the right-hander Aaron Houston warming up in the Locos pen.
All right, good catch, Jesse. So far, it's been just 2 pitchers for the Lugnuts tonight. That one gets underneath the glove of Fantazzo. A base hit for Henley.
Twisted Fantazzo in knots. You ever see somebody playing a game of Twister and they realize they're just not going to make it? There's the slow motion timber.
Yeah. And he just went for the stab and lost his footing. Crossed up the legs and everything. All right, so Zach Hickey now. Don't count the Locos out. Again, 4-run 7th last night and the night before to come back and win. Could be 2 here. Conley to Acker, back to first to clear the bases.
It has been remarkable, the monopoly that the Lugnuts defense has had on turning double plays. I mean, honestly, Adam, I believe that 6 double plays have been turned by infields in the Lemonade League, and I think that they've all been turned by the Lugnuts.
Where's our official statistician? Has that stat not been kept?
I'll get right on that.
Of course, our wonderful statistician is the man to my right, socially distanced, by the way, 6 feet away from me, Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, doing an excellent job keeping all the stats of all these players, giving us baseball in the Lemonade League. Good swing from the Chippewa Preston. He's aboard. Try and turn this into 2 as it hits the gap. It's a sliding double for Preston. How big is that double play now?
That is the best that we have seen, I would argue, from Cade Preston in this league.
Let's watch that swing again. Preston getting that second pitch, Jesse, and he just squared this thing up.
It's a fastball, and it goes right with it. That baseball has some weird spin out in the gap, and because he realized how far it was traveling, then he turns on the hustle.
Brandon Shire's turn against Fantazzo.
But you really want a double like that, Adam, you've got to see it early. You can't try to turn on speed around first base. You've got to hit first base hard.
Give credit to Preston. He did so. Shire 0 for 1 tonight. He has reached twice, though, and now ahead 2-0.
Last inning, 4 runs scored for the Locos after 2 were out and nobody was on.
Can they mount another 2-out rally? Shire reaching on an error in the second from Morrow at first, and then walked, scored the first run in that rally in the 4th. And this one hits him. Well, we have seen 6 batters get hit tonight. They've all been lug nuts until now. And that's number 7 that's been hit in this game. Brandon Shire takes his base.
We're going to have to bring these teams together after this game, bury the hatchet.
You know, we've seen it all when it was teammate on teammate, Cardinal on Cardinal early on.
Now we joke because that was clearly a breaking ball that got away from Fantazzo, but my goodness.
I mean, all bets were off for me, Jesse, when Christopher Schmees plunked Cornwell in the 1st.
That's right.
It was on from then.
Thank goodness Craig Palladar just kicked his feet out of the way. He could have been HBP number 8. We're only in the 5th inning. We could get to 10 hit by pitches before this one's done.
This one to 3rd. Welch goes the long route and makes the play. And the Locos unable to get anything after the double from Preston. 5 complete in Michigan State Capital. Lugnuts by 3.
Hi, my name is Adam Dorsplitz. I go to Kalamazoo College. Playing in the Lemonade League means that I get to develop myself as a baseball player and help my teammates come spring.
Favorite baseball player growing up?
My favorite baseball player growing up was either Derek Lee or Starlin Castro.
Why?
I loved the power of Derek Lee. He seemed like a great teammate, and Starlin Castro kind of started the turnaround for the Cubs. I'm a huge Cubs fan, so I'm actually going to wear number 13 because Starlin Castro wore number 13 when he first signed with the Cubs.
What are your thoughts on Lemonade?
I really like Lemonade.
Five innings down. Let's go to the 6th. It's the Locos trailing the Lugnuts by a 7-4 score with Adam Jaxa. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, and Adam, let's go right back to it. The Locos thought that they might have had something brewing, but then Zach Hickey grounds into that double play. Lugnuts' John Fantazzo puts the 0 up there on the scoreboard. Now the pressure's right back on the Locos. Can they stop the Lugnuts from scoring?
Well, and first on that double play, Jesse, you talked about the Lugnuts having some sort of monopoly on getting those double plays because they've had all of them in the league. It's one thing to get the opportunity. It's another thing to execute, and for the most part, they have executed those double plays. Great turn started by Connolly, but absolutely Momentum on the side of the Locos, now taken back by the Lugnuts after they get that run. They know, though, Jesse, over the last couple of nights when they've lost for the first 2 times in this league, no lead is safe against this squad. They want to tack on as many insurance runs as they can through the next couple of innings.
All right. If they want to score insurance runs, they'll have to do it here in the 6th inning against this right-handed sidewinder. A man who calls himself Big Huss. This is Aaron Houston, the transfer from UMBC to Central Michigan University. Now, we've seen Houston so far in 2 appearances in this Lemonade League. The first one went great. The second one did not go so great. He struck out 4 and 2 in the 3rd innings, allowing 2 hits and giving up 5 runs, 3 of them earned runs. Here's appearance number 3.
Former retriever and a current Chippewa.
That's right. 6'2", 215-pounder and the junior. And he throws to Logan Welch. Hits him! Well, there's another. Hit by pitch number 8 in this game. 7 Lugnuts have been struck. How about that for your very first pitch coming in for the new reliever?
And I believe there's been at least one in every pitcher that has come in for the Locos.
All right, so Christopher Schmeese, the starter, hits Darren Davis in the 1st, hits Colin Cornwell in the 1st, and then in the 2nd inning, he then hits Mark Connolly. So the starting pitcher hit 3. Here's Jake Badalamenti. Welch at first base. There's a strike on the outside corner to the number 9 hitter in the order. Okay, so Alex McCormack comes in out of the bullpen. He then in the 3rd inning hits Darren Davis. All right, in the 4th inning, Cal Johnston comes in. He plunks Logan Welch, who just got struck for a 2nd time. Fastball high. On the count of ball and a strike on Badalamenti. All right, John Holt comes in for the 5th inning. He drills Hunter Lay, and now here in the 6th, Aaron Houston, very first pitch gets Welch. You're right, Adam. How about that?
Consistency.
You said it. Strike 2 to Badalamenti.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, if you're a batter, how you feeling stepping in?
I'm feeling a lot better if I'm stepping in as a Loco batter than a Lugnut batter.
The pitch slides outside. The Frisbee slider from the sidewinder. So Badalamenti in this game is 1 for 3. He doubled his first time up and scored a run. That in the 4-run 2nd inning. Flied out to right field in the 3rd. Reached on Nair in the 4th inning. 2-2 from Houston. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Houston in the Lemonade League. 1 gone. He can be really tough on a right-hander as long as he's not hitting him. And we could say that about all these pitchers. But just that side-wide motion coming deep down from behind the right-hander's back. Well, let's see how he does against the left-handed hitting Darren Davis, who takes ball 1. Welch at first base, 1 gone, 7-4. Davis swings right through that one.
It takes time for these hitters to adjust to that different side angle delivery from Houston, and he's using that to his advantage after getting that strikeout on Badalamenti and a nice swing and miss from Davis.
Missed outside. You just do not see a lot of pitchers with that kind of arm angle.
No, because usually if it's coming out there, it's more of a submarine, but it's not submarine. It's just simply a sidearm finish.
And Davis takes ball 3. Darren Davis at the top of the order today is 0 for 1, and this is his 5th plate appearance. He's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. He's delivered a sac fly. He's been hit by a pitch again, and he struck out his last time. You see Logan Welch, the runner, not running. Davis pulls it foul on the ground. Count has run full.
Like, so unique, Jesse, because he starts and it looks like he's going to come from underneath like a submarine, but then he goes right back to that side arm slot. It's very interesting.
Here he comes. Welch runs the pitch. Shot back to Houston. Does not have the play at second base because Welch was in motion. So he turns, gets Davis at first base. That's out number 2. Welch is now in scoring position.
Oh, it's a smart play. Could have been interested or tried, tempted to throw to second, but I think he made the correct play there. Would have been really difficult to get Welch, get the second out, and worry about getting one more and getting to the seventh, or to the bottom of the sixth, rather.
Well, it's Mark Connolly standing in the way, trying to deliver Welch. Take strike one on the outside corner. A former DeWitt Panther. Connolly is 0 for 1, 2 walks, an HBP, a run scored, and a line out to center. 0-1. How about that slider that he swung foul, tipped right into the mid of Paladar. And Paladar wants the word. Get their signs in order. 0-2. This is one of those things where Paladar might be saying to Houston, hey, what do you want to throw right here? I don't even have to put down a sign. You tell me. Let's retire the side right here. Here comes that 0-2. Got him swinging. Connolly could not hold off the fastball high and wide. That is the second strikeout and a scoreless sixth for Houston, stranding Welch. So off we move to the bottom of the sixth. Locos trailing the Lugnuts 7-4. Every Lemonade League game broadcast is brought to you free across multiple social and digital platforms, including the Lugnuts Facebook and Twitter pages. These live-streamed webcasts are made possible by the following Lugnuts partners: Farm Bureau Insurance, Jackson National Life Insurance, Dan Henry Distributing, Granger, General Motors, Blue Cross Blue Shield, LAFQ, Dean Transportation, WMU Cooley Law School, Capital Region International Airport, Lansing Board of Water and Light, Physicians Health Plan, Meyer, Gordon Food Service, MI Student Aid, and Sparrow. And we thank our Lugnuts partners for helping bring you these games absolutely free. Onward to the bottom of the sixth inning. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler with Adam Jackson. It's a 7-4 Lugnuts edge. The Locos are bringing up 7, 8, 9, and Sean Hattlesey, Ben Compton, and Matthew Williams. Lefty John Fantazzo back on the hill for the Lugnuts, protecting that lead. Deals. A chopper back past Fantazzo and right up the middle. A base hit to center, splitting Connolly and Acker. Lead-off single for Sean Hattlesey gets the Locos going.
Fantazzo's got to be going, what do I have to do to get one of these comebackers to finish in my mid? One goes under me, the other one goes over me. I'm jumping, I'm leaning down. No dice for him so far.
The last one was too low, and that one was too high.
So the next one will be just right.
You would hope so.
Yeah.
If Goldilocks has anything to say about it. Here's Ben Compton. Fantazzo drops it right in through the zone.
You know what Fantazzo's probably banking on, though?
What's he banking on?
A double play.
That's been the move.
They have the Lemonade League monopoly, according to you.
There's the 0-1. Compton gets under it. Acker can't find it on the right side, so Morrow does, helps him out and puts it away. And all the while, Hattlesey has to stay at first base. One out.
Good communication by Acker. You're right, Jesse. He clearly let Morrow know, I don't know where it's at, can't find it. And Morrow took initiative, went to make the play and get that first out.
Here's Matthew Williams. Williams is 0 for 2. Fantazzo's pitch. Outside corner, runner takes off, and no throw down. Stolen base of second for Sean Hattlesey. Well, the Locos are down by 3. But it's not that final inning yet. I would love to chip away. Base hit by Williams, bring in Hattlesey, get that lead down to 2. Here's the pitch. Off speed, down and in. Williams laid off of it. It was a crucial plate appearance the last time for Williams. Came up there, 2 outs, runners on, grounded to third base, and a throwing error by Logan Welch scored 2. 1-1. Lifted to right field. In and to his left, Zaid Walker makes the catch. Hattlesey holds at second. 2 gone in the top of the order, time for the Locos.
Well, we're batting 100, 3 for 3 this week in gorgeous sunsets across Lansing and Cooley Law School Stadium. Just beautiful.
Here's Adam Purdy. You want to make the pun, or should I?
I was going to say, yeah, they're Purdy as well, Jesse. You could have said that.
Purdy gets hit by the pitch by Fantazzo as the breaker got away, and again, it is our 9th hit by pitch of the game. 2 Locos, 7 Lugnuts. Purdy down to first base.
Breaker, breaker, they've lost control.
Reminiscent of last inning. Runner at second base for the Locos, 2 outs. And it was Fantazzo hitting Brandon Shire, but then he got Craig Paladar. And that stranded 2 Locos on. Here you go. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Brock Henley takes ball 1. Henley came up in a big spot yesterday. Base is loaded, 2 outs, tied up in the top of the 7th inning. He tattooed a 3-run double. This escapes the catcher. Gets away from Lay, goes all the way to the backstop, and both runners move up. Wild pitch for Fantazzo. Hattlesey to third and Purdy to second. And meanwhile, the count on Henley is 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, really just not many easy half innings for pitchers tonight on either side. A lot of base runners, a lot of hits, batters, walks, balls getting away.
Ball 3. And a good job by Hunter Lay, sliding to his left. Action in the Lugnuts pen. And Adam, I bet you can recognize that right-hander is starting to loosen.
Sure can.
Henley taking all the way. Strike called on 3-0.
That was Hunter Bushkowski a couple of nights ago that just could not find the zone and allowed the Locos to win it in the bottom of the 7th. He's looking for some redemption if his number gets called.
First, though, Fantazzo walks Brock Henley, and the bases are loaded with Locos for Zach Hickey.
Well, 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 here we go again.
So you've got Logan Buchkowski warming up in the pen. 2 days ago, Adam had the solo call in the first of this 5-game stretch of games here in the Lemonade League. We played Wednesday, played yesterday, playing tonight, playing tomorrow, and playing on Sunday. Sunday, a 1 o'clock p.m. game. All these other games are all at 7 p.m. You can go to LansingLugnuts.com for all the information. We would love to see you out here at the ballpark for a Lemonade League game.
Does that mean I don't get a sunset on Sunday?
I mean, you could stay here a little later, but I've got bad news for you when it comes to extra innings.
I know. You know? Darn, I'll have to watch a home run derby if we go to extras. That's a bummer. Can't wait for our first extra inning / home run derby swing off. Could it be tonight?
Well, here's Zach Hickey. First pitch. Chopper hit weakly to second baseman Acker. Up with it, flips it to first. Side retired. Locos strand 3. Fantazzo escapes. Going to the 7th. Lugnuts still leading 7-4. Aaron Houston remains in the mound. We start up the 7th and the final inning from Cooley Law School Stadium. And it's the final chance for the Lugnuts to apply some insurance before we look ahead to the bottom of the 7th. It begins with Andrew Morrow. Ball one way outside from the side armor Houston. Morrow batting third in the order. Zaid Walker and then Colin Cornwell up after him. 1-0. That nips the inside corner.
Morrow's going, how am I supposed to swing at that? That thing looked like it's going to hit me in the knees and then just grazes the inside corner.
That's why you get 3 strikes, right? 1-1. Chops this one beyond Houston. It's the shortstop Shire. Throw to first on time. That is a difficult play for Brandon Shire. Now there's one gone in the 7th.
My goodness, that was ridiculous. Great effort by Shire. Nice stretch by Preston.
Ranging far to his left on the right side, the first base side of second base. And look how close that was at first.
Look at Preston's stretch. He does a great job with that. He showcased
Zaid Walker takes ball 1.
that length, those legs a couple different times over there at first. Great flexibility.
Hey, if you're a first baseman, you have to, don't you? Strike call.
Either that or you're just a big guy that can't play defensive positions. It's one or the two, right?
It's an insult to certain first basemen.
Yeah.
Evan White of the Mariners, for example. 1-1. Misses high and wide. Evan White of the Mariners is the very first baseman I've ever heard referred to as a 5-tool first baseman. Walker fouls it away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. When you think 5 tools, hit for power, throw, field, run. Well, in general, those guys aren't put at first base, are they? Walker goes down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Houston. 2 up, 2 down. The word was on Evan White that the Mariners, if they want to, could play him in center field, but they like him at first base too much. No, another guy like that is Cody Bellinger of the Dodgers. We can play him at first, or he can play him in center field. Colin Cornwell steps in. Houston misses outside.
And then there's those other guys in the NL where outside of 2020, they're not graced and gifted with the DH opportunity. So sometimes you got to sneak those big fellas over at first base to get them in the lineup so you do have that power.
You say, what's the guy's position? His position is batter's box.
Yeah.
In the left-hand batter's box, Cornwell takes ball 2 outside. Colin Cornwell today has been hit by a pitch. He has walked. He has tripled. He has scored a run. There's the strike. His last time up, he reached base on an error. He stole 2nd. He stole 3rd. Productive day for the Lugnuts left fielder. Houston's pitch. Foul tipped right into the mid of Paladar.
Oh, Houston's rolling. I mean, he hit Logan Welch, first batter face, first throw, and boom. It's been great ever since.
Think he'll be an asset in the CMU pen?
I think so.
That's outside. And Cornwell has worked a full count. Meanwhile, Colin Cornwell, similar in my mind to Brandon Shire. They're two Saginaw Valley State Cardinals who just do good things. Cornwell stays alive, although that's going to smart. Now look at Brandon Shire on one side for the Locos, just getting on base, a left-handed batter. A walk and hit by pitch today. Cornwell walking off the pain off his right instep right now. And Colin Cornwell just gets on, just makes things happen. You wouldn't know who the head coach is of Saginaw Valley State, would you?
No relation, never heard of him.
Okay. If you give up, you can just say uncle. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. Palador hustles to track it down because Cornwell's hustling down to first base. He is on once again. 2-out walk given out by Houston. All 5 times today, Cornwell has reached. One of those was on an error. So officially 1 for 2, but his second walk to go along with the triple in the HBP. Now Hunter Lay, who's drawn a bases loaded walk. He's knocked in a run with a single. He has a sac fly. And he takes ball 1 from Houston.
And his stylist has mentioned to us if we want hairdos like his, she's available.
By the way, let me not shortchange him. He knocked in 2 runs with a single in the second inning, right? 2 RBI single for Lay. He has knocked in 4 of the Lugnuts' 7 runs.
Jesse, don't respect the man with the great lettuce of the Lemonade League like that.
I apologize. Ball 1 pitch. Outside. Adam, did your hair ever grow as long as Hunter Lay's?
You're looking at the longest my hair's been.
Strike on the inside corner.
When I was younger, my mom gave me that bowl cut look where it was real short on the sides and kind of like it's almost like a mushroom cut.
Yes.
Like, Mom, what were you thinking?
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Runner takes off, though down. Tag applied. Not in time. Cornwell got in there. Stolen base number 3 for Colin Cornwell. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lay.
He's just been a problem tonight, hasn't he?
Yes.
Got on 5 different times. He's swiping bags. He's scoring runs.
He's got dirt in his pants that he's trying to shake out right now. Base runner problems.
But problems for the Locos mostly, trying to get him out. He has been tremendous tonight.
Houston struck out 3 so far. Make it 4. He whiffs Lay to retire the side on the top of the 7th. He strands Cornwell in scoring position. We go to the bottom half. The Lugnuts are 3 outs away from a 7-4 win.
Doc, thank you very much. Up here at the suite level, let's sing 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Just buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the Lugnuts. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go nuts, Doc. Back to you.
It is Logan Butchkowski who's taken the baseball for the Lugnuts as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The lead in the Lugnuts' favor, 7-4. Now, wouldn't you know it?
Strap in, Jesse.
2 days ago, the Lugnuts led over the Locos by 3 runs. But Logan Butchkowski and John Fantazzo combined to allow 4 runs. They did not record an out, and the Locos walked off with the victory. Then yesterday, The Locos again scored 4 runs in the 7th in the final inning, and they emerged with the win. So today, can the Lugnuts stem this brief 2-game losing streak? And can Logan Buczkowski shut this one down?
I just wanted to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
What's been the amount of runs that's kind of been the magic number for the Locos?
It's been 4.
Okay, and what's the score?
They're down by 3, 7 to 4.
Oh, all right. We'll see what happens. Not sure if we're going to have more late inning drama, but we'll see.
Look, let's talk about Logan Buczkowski. When he's on, you can't hit him. When he's been off, as we've seen in the Lemonade League, there hasn't been a real need to hit him. 2 days ago, he walked 2 batters, he hit a batter, then he walked 2 batters, and he walked off the mound. Can he command?
That's the question. He's got probably the fastest pitch in the league with that fastball. If not the fastest, very close, but it's all about if he can control it and then utilize that pitch to set up that breaking ball that makes him so difficult to hit when he's on.
It begins against Cade Preston. CMU against CMU. Fastball swung at and missed. Preston, Shire, and Paladar, 4, 5, 6 in the Locos order. Down 7 to 4. 7th and final inning. If they score 3, tie, home run derby. The 0-1. Popped him up. Right side, foul ground. First baseman Morrow near the tar. 1 out.
Well, so far 2 for 2. 2 fastballs, 2 pitches in the zone, and 1 out. A much better start for Buczkowski than a couple of nights ago, because remember, he didn't record an out in that 7th inning. The Locos never got out. They just won the game. Walk, walk, hit batter, walk, walk, base hit, game over.
Brandon Shire, the left-handed hitting shortstop from SVSU. First pitch to him. Fastball dots the outside corner.
Yeah, he looks just like a completely different pitcher today.
That yellow baseball in his right hand. He brings it. That's way outside. Shire today, 0 for 1, reaching on an error and stealing a base, drawing a walk, getting hit by a pitch, and scoring the first of 4 Locos runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. At the time, it trimmed a 6-0 deficit down to 6 to 4, but they did not score anything against the reliever John Fantazzo. 1-1. That's all the way to the backstop, and that felt like 2 days ago. Those last 2 pitches have not been where Buczkowski intended. Shall we put it like that?
Yes. Yep, and that one's scary, up and in like that. With how fast he throws, it's always scary no matter what when a ball comes up and in like that. But
scary for batter, for catcher, for umpire.
Yeah.
Ball 3. It's like a switch, isn't it? Flick it on, unhittable. You just don't want that switch to get flicked the other way. Three straight balls. Shire had a rip. Count is run full.
By the way, Jesse, I don't want to belabor the point and just continue to give Hunter Lake credit, but all I'm going to say is he's got some competition in the hair department. Look at that man's mane.
You enjoy the curls?
That's magnificent.
We have not seen the curveball yet. Right back to the fastball, missing outside. Brandon Shire draws his second walk of the game.
Well, it'd be a perfect time for one of those double plays if you're a Lugnut.
Paladar 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Popped it up. Into right field, Zaid Walker coming in. But the catch is made instead by second baseman Acker. Shire gets back to first base.
Wow, that was tricky. Great tracking by Acker. Walker was flying in there, and Acker calmly just kept going out, and finally made the catch. trickier second out than what it looked like it was going to be.
Locos are down to their very last out right now. It's Sean Haddleston who takes ball 1. A strikeout, a walk, a single, a steal, and a run scored for Haddleston out of the number 7 spot on the order, the right fielder from Albion. Shire at first, 2 gone, down 7-4. That fastball's just too much.
Yep, that one looks good right there. 94 on the stadium gun. You can see Haddlesey was late, trying to swing at it. Welcome to a lot of collegiate hitters trying to figure out how to catch that fastball.
Sounds like he's been looking to Hunter Lay for advice. Didn't help him there. Strike 2. Haddlesey, that smile on his face, trying to figure out any kind of plan of attack to keep the Locos alive. The Lugnuts grab the lead early in this one, looking for the win. Curveball high. A run for the Lugnuts in the first inning, then 4 in the top of the second. Added a run in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. Locos 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th, and that is all. Buchkowski fires. Lashed foul down the right side on the line. Off into the bleachers.
Love that shot right there. Our crew's showing Buchkowski and Haddlesey. It's a one-on-one matchup to try and keep this game alive or to try and finish this game off. Big spot for both of these guys to lock in on this 2-2 pitch.
Potential game-tying run waiting on deck with Ben Compton. Here it is. Driven deep, but foul again down the right side. Haddlesey late.
And what a battle from this kid at the plate. Haddlesey's just doing a tremendous job staying alive, getting his bat on a fastball that's coming in hot. Great competitiveness from both guys right here.
Feel like a curveball is coming now, or do you stick with the fastball?
I think fastball again.
Here you are on 2-2. Fastball gets him swinging, and the Lugnuts win. 7-4 is your final. Logan Buchkowski comes out of the pen, puts 2 nights ago behind him, and emphatically too. He strikes at Sean Haddlesey to finish off a scoreless bottom of the 7th. 1 runner left stranded. So these 2 teams have split their first 4 games of this Lemonade League. And coming up tomorrow, we've got another one, 7 p.m. on a Saturday night. Day number 4 in this 5 consecutive day stretch with a Lemonade League game. Adam, and looking back through this one, which players stood out to you?
Well, I just want to say, Jesse, that's a lot of fun. What a great game between these two. Fought through a lot, and Lugnuts come out on top. Got to look to a player. First, I want to go to Slocum on the mounds. Outside of that blow-up inning in the 4th, that really shouldn't have happened the way that it did. He quieted this Locos offense enough, long enough, to help his Lugnuts get an advantage. And Derek Slocum exits with a line different than what he would want to be, but I want to tip the cap to him. Thought he did a really good job. And then just collectively, this offense for the Lugnuts just stayed with it. Colin Cornwell, a guy that had a triple tonight, scored a run, got on base all 5 times, swiped 3 bags. I mean, he was everywhere, and it wasn't just doing one thing. He was finding multiple ways to get on base and produce for his team. I like the way he looked tonight in the 5 spot for the Lugnuts.
Shout out Ben Compton, a 2-run double for the Locos.
Yeah, they battled. I mean, look, they came to play down 6-0. They didn't pack it in. This is a team that showed they've got resolve. They get it back to within 2, and then the Lugnuts respond. Just as a fun baseball game to watch between these 2 teams, and you give credit to the Lugnuts for bouncing back to win tonight.
We've got another one coming up tomorrow. 7 p.m. is the first pitch. Adam and I will have the pregame show for you coming up. Before that, you can go to LansingLugnuts.com for all the information about the Lemonade League. Big thanks to our guys in the control room. Dan Higgins, the whole crew, Terry Alipert in charge of it all. We thank them very much. Let's go back through the highlights, to go back through everything that was going on. Big story of the game, stolen bases, as per the norm, and also, as you see, this great breaking ball from Christopher Schmies. That's a good strikeout, but he didn't quite have all of his command. He needed that strikeout of Van Acker to end the first inning.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, while we talk about Derek Slocum pitching well, Christopher Schmies, he struggled, gave up only one hit, but just could not find the zone. And that's how the Lugnuts started to open up their advantage.
There's Derek Slocum heating up on the other side for the Lugnuts. Strikes out Ben Compton. At that end of the top of the second inning, back-to-back strikeouts. On the other side for the Locos, well, they got their running game in motion once again. Stolen base for Craig Palladar. On the other side for the Lugnuts, a chopper right back to the pitcher. And handled there by Alex McCormack, who came out of the bullpen. His debut, and he finished things off with a scoreless third inning. How about that bunt by Adam Purdy?
And that was to get the Locos going, Jesse. They had not had a hit until that third inning against Slocum. That was a big bunt by Purdy to get him started.
All right, in the top of the fourth inning, the Lugnuts trying to put something together. Look at that throw by Craig Palladar. And then the bottom half of the frame, here come the Locos. This was the start of the Locos getting things going. Zach Hickey gets thrown out, 2 outs, nobody on. You're thinking no rally.
Yeah, it's crazy. They had 2 outs, and then boom, the guy that hadn't had a hit yet, Ben Compton, comes through, delivers, and this team starts to get rolling.
Right after that, a Matthew Williams grounder down to third base, and Logan Welch threw it away. That scored 2 more runs, but the double plays thwarted Locos' rallies.
Yeah, and that's what the Lugnuts have used. Again, they've had the opportunities, they've executed them, and they've come up big.
Here's Logan Welch at third base on that Matthew Williams grounder. On the one-hopper right past Andrew Morrow, the Locos were right back in the game, down 6-4.
And all of a sudden, yeah, from 6-0 to potentially getting out of the inning 6-2, you said it, it was 6-4, and we had a game again.
But the Lugnuts had the answer in the top of the fifth inning. Once again, attacking the bases, getting around, a double steal executed there. They took a 7-4 lead. Now, in the bottom half, the Locos were not done yet. Cade Preston, a hustle double to right center field. That looked to get the Locos in business. Brennan Shire followed up, hit by a pitch, but they couldn't do anything about it. They stranded 2 runners on. Lugnuts in the top half, well, they tried to go right back to their old ways, but are caught stealing for the very first time. Mark Connolly caught stealing at third base. Aaron Houston out of the pen, 4 strikeouts, 2 scoreless innings.
Yeah, and it's going to go down in a losing effort, but Aaron Houston was tremendous tonight. The Lugnuts couldn't figure him out. He looked really consistent on the hill.
Brandon Shire, shortstop, a strong play, nipping Andrew Morrow at first base. But in the end, the Lugnuts came away with the win. Logan Buchkowski locked it down in the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's 7-4. That is your final. Adam Jackson, final thoughts about tonight.
Yeah, impressive win by the Lugnuts, Jesse. They got out in front 6-0. Knew that they were probably going to get a test from the Locos just because of the result they'd showed. They did indeed. Got it to within 2 to the Locos, and then the Lugnuts come back, get that 7th run. Great job out of the pen by Buchkowski. Also, Fantazzo holding it down after Slocum left. And give credit to the Lugnuts, bouncing back after dropping 2 games in a row. They'll be happy to win their first game as the road squad in this league. Now an opportunity for another follow-up potentially tomorrow.
That'll do it for us tonight. Big thanks to all the folks working here at Cooley Law School Stadium, giving their all. For Adam Jackson, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. We thank you for tuning in. Check in with you tomorrow. This has been Lemonade League Action.